the struggle.
Oh yeah,
the audacity.
maybe our influences as well, I guess. But I think people can kind of get what we're going for if they
We have
listen
some
to
different.
us.
Like you and I listen to quite different music. I'd say.
Yeah, like there's some like some crossover that we all have, but you're more like a Cake and Chili Peppers guy, and
Yeah.
it comes out in your playing like on Lipstick on a Pig. But then Phil's got like an old heavy metal, I guess, kind of classic rock
Yeah, I was
foundation.
always. I don't play like a metal, but I always listened to metal, and when I was learning to play drums, my drum teacher was super into Red Hot Chili Peppers and Metallica, so that's what we would play, and that kind of.
I think those come out in your playing
Yeah.
for sure, or at least that variety in the sense. you
Yeah.
know? And
I probably listen to the most jazz in the group.
yeah. Well, thank God for music theory.
Well, we should talk about how you and I, we went to elementary school together for a year,
Yeah,
Eric and I.
Yeah, because we went to the same elementary school, then went to different high schools, and then the reason we reconnected, because I was looking for a drummer to start a band, and then you're like, yeah, I play drums, and I heard through Abe and Richard that, like, yeah, we jammed with Phil Geddes. You knew him? Like, yeah, I knew him. It's like, oh, well, he plays drums. I'm like, he does.
And he lives like
we
across
met,
the street.
we met at
from
a
you.
show.
Yeah, we met at a show at Crowbar,
Yeah.
and you noticed my dragonfly tattoo. You're like, yeah, Coheed. I'm like, you like Coheed?
Coheed and
We should
Cambria,
jam!
man.
And that was like the reason why we jammed, is because we both like Coheed.
That was funny because when I joined the band, I assume you guys have been friends forever. But like,
Yeah, no.
We knew each other forever, but we only like reconnected when we started
Yeah.
playing, Coheed and Cambria and Foo Fighters songs together.
And when was this?
Like, I think we reconnected 2014, but then by that fall, like September, October, we started school again. We were both back in school back in the day. And
Yeah.
I think that was when we were jamming at the Space on Pine
Yeah.
Beach, just down the street from your place and around the corner from my parents' place. Like this old kind of, it looks like a church basement basically, but it's like a community like center where like it was literally an
It's
open
like a
space.
hall.
Yeah, and Cub Scouts and karate classes would happen there. So the only time where it'd be super cheap to rent it would be like a 9:30 at night for $50 for as long as we wanted, for as loud as we wanted, which was cool.
Yeah.
So we got together there a couple times and we're like, okay, let's learn like Favor House Atlantic and maybe like In Bloom. And then I brought him the
Fell on
very
Black
basic.
Days.
Yeah, Fell on Black Days, like very old hard rock grunge songs. And then I think I brought him Jump, like, do you want to start a band? Like, yeah, okay. And it just went from there. And then I
how
think
many people did you go through before I joined?
like only one or two.
Oh, we had Steve.
We have my friend Steven, who's now in a band with Richard, and I asked Richard too, like, do you want to come play bass with us? And they had their own musical things going on, and
Richard came a couple times to play
yeah,
bass.
he
with
actually
us,
subbed
but-
on a show with us for once.
Yeah.
That's
so he could play
true.
your song Cold,
Right.
because you could only play it on guitar. So Richard came and did bass on a show with us.
We had another friend. We had Jesse play bass with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came a couple
for-
times.
Yeah, I think part of the inspiration for the Get Bass is because we were forever looking for a fourth member as a bass player, so John could play guitar, because John's a guitar player.
I play more guitar. Well,
No,
not really
everybody
play
plays
the bass.
guitar. It's just-
Yeah,
not
so
many people
finding
play
a bass player is fucking hard, right?
Problem is too, because I want to write songs too, but I find it so hard to sing and play bass. I don't know. It's just if that's a me thing, but like, there's something more visceral like playing the guitar and like hitting the chords. I don't know. It just works better for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just compromise.
Yeah,
that,
so we
but-
kind of like gave up on trying to find a fourth member, and then John made his Get Bass to like do guitar and bass at the same time, and we just ended up staying as like a three-piece. But that was like over like I think 1 or 2 years, and we all kind of asked around and knew each other, but it kind of didn't stop us from writing music and playing shows. So the ones that came to recording an album were like, let's just stay a three-piece.
It works. It
works.
It's simpler too.
Yeah, and because we have like a certain chemistry and I guess like humor and friendship, it's like I don't want to bring anybody
That's
else
the
in
biggest-
and fuck this shit up.
I played in some bands with people who are just like, I don't know why they play music because they're so fucking miserable. Like
Well, that's probably why they play music.
right. I remember one friend.
Like, you have to show up to band practice every day at the same time.
Now even like he would just if he missed like a part of the song, he would get so mad it would ruin his day. I'm like, chill out, man.
We're not fucking robots.
It's not.
It's gonna be a
not
long
that-
life.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
so.
like there's no pressure and like
That's what I look for in a band now, where people just to jam with. Like we're just having fun, right? Like,
yeah, like we take the music seriously, but we don't take ourselves seriously, and we do it when we can.
We're just gonna play the lick, right?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's pretty much it. And we have good chemistry together, I think.
Yeah. So you and Phil, you met at the show, and me and Eric met before.
Yeah, we were friends since Seja.
Before I went to Vanya, my first time in college when I was like, I don't know what I want to study, but every adult has assured me I have to go to school, so I will go study creative arts. And then that's where I met you.
Yeah.
Were we in the same program?
No, we had a mutual friend,
We knew Alex together.
Callard. Yeah.
Right.
So I met you through him, and we just had like common interest, common musical taste. And I went over to your apartment back in St. Anne's back in the day.
Didn't I sell you my old wah pedal?
You did, yeah. So part of it was like an excuse to go buy your wah pedal, but like let's jam together. We both like Jimi Hendrix together and just common taste in music. So we jammed once in a while, like off and on for like a few years.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever we were like available. And then I think I was like, I am starting a band. Do you want to be a part of it? And
And I was for a bit, and then I had to quit because I was working that awful job where I was working like 6 days a week, and I was too burnt out.
You showed up at our first show, I think. It was me and Eric, and then like you came on.
Yeah, I
For,
played
like,
a few
one song.
songs with you.
because you had like quit the band, but we're like, can we play one last show with you? But only half the set if you want, like no pressure. And
Yeah,
We did the
yeah.
Zoidberg walk off the stage.
And that was when you had the 7 string at the
That
time.
was the 8 string.
string,
Yeah, I was
yeah.
still rocking that.
Yeah. So
How did I get back in the band?
Just came back.
No,
I think we just like
you asked me like what possessed you to ask me again. I can't remember.
I don't know. I think we were just like, hey, John, do you want to come and jam one time? Do you want to come jam one more time? Can you come jam until we find a bass player? And
This was after I quit the horrible job and I was making less money, but I had more time and I was in a better mood. So
I think I just kept asking you again. It's like, please come back. And you're like, okay.
I think when I came back though, because I had so much less pressure in other parts of my life, like it just felt better. I didn't feel like this is something I have to do on top of everything else that's keeping me busy. I felt like, oh, I have free time and this is something I enjoy to do with my free time, and now it's not stressing me out. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, which had nothing to do with you guys. It was all like external forces, affecting that.
Yeah.
And now it's fun, so it's
We
good.
take no offense.
And that's the story.
And we're sticking to it.
All right.
Please
so
let's sue Alice Cooper.
We actually love you.
so where can people find you guys on the interwebs?
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and soon to be every streaming platform possible. But as of March 1st.
Right.
That's when Jump comes out. We're releasing the music video next week, which will be Friday, February 22nd. So, but yeah, otherwise, I think we had or have a Twitter account that
Yeah.
back in the day
No, we
are...
haven't really used it.
We're
so-
not
Yeah,
really social media guys. I can see why people hire people to do that for them now.
Yeah, like I kind of take on that duty, but that's whenever we have content available. In this case we have stuff to promote, but otherwise mainly Facebook, Instagram, and I guess soon to be YouTube. Those would be the top 3, and I think
Yeah.
that's where most other people are anyway. But after that, we will be on every streaming, iTunes as well, Apple Music, Spotify, and all that junk.